Supreme Court victory for a Christian woman who was taken to court for standing firm in her beliefs and choosing not to design wedding websites for same-sex couples.
Lorie Smith joins us now along with her lawyer, Krista Wagner, CEO and General Counsel of the Alliance for Defending Freedom. Ladies, thank you for joining us. So, Lorie, to you first, what does this mean to actually have the Supreme Court come down and decide in your favor for your freedom?
Today is certainly a day of victory, but not just for me, for all Americans. The court has affirmed that the government cannot force anyone to say something it doesn't believe. Certainly worthy of celebration.
And Kristen, I was listening to a lot of the commentary about this decision, which was written by Justice Gorsuch. And this is a First Amendment decision, the likes of Miranda.
Well, it reaffirmed a time-honored principle that free speech is for everyone. It's wrong for the government to use its power to silence, censor, punish, and even ruin people with potentially jail time in some cases simply because they disagree with the government's views. And the First Amendment follows a golden rule, which is if you want to protect your own speech, then you also have to protect the speech and ideas that you dislike. It's a resounding victory for sure.
Yeah, Lorie, I think sometimes I look at what legislators want to do, and oftentimes we're protected by the Supreme Court. If we didn't have the court, who knows how these decisions would come down and whether, your First Amendment right for speech and for religious freedom would be protected.
Since day one, I've always wanted to just create freely, and yeah. I didn't know that I could be punished for wanting to create consistent with my beliefs. Nobody should be put in that position. I'm so grateful that the court has affirmed today that the government cannot force anyone to say something it doesn't believe. That goes for the LGBT website designer, the Jewish calligrapher, the pro-life photographer, the Democrat speechwriter. Nobody should be forced to create for a message they don't agree with.
Kristen, how does this decision shake out across the entire United States? How does it change the laws, or really how individuals can speak and operate freely in all of the 50 states?
Well, the court held that public accommodation laws, non-discrimination laws will continue to apply broadly to ensure that people have access to goods and services, and it will also protect our free speech rights. So it essentially applied free speech protections found in the First Amendment to our current cultural moment. It's also important to know that Lorie makes her decisions based on what the message is, not who the person is. She has clients who identify as LGBT, and she serves everyone. It's the message that makes the difference for her.
So, Lorie, I don't know many people who have won at the Supreme Court. Like, you might be my first. So how do you celebrate when you win at the Supreme Court? What happens? Tell me.
Well, it has been an incredible day, one I will never forget. This journey is going on 7 years. It's been a long time. So I celebrate today along with, I hope, the rest of America. Whether your views on marriage are the same as mine or perhaps different, free speech is worthy of protecting. This is a victory for all of us today.
Yes, it is. Lorie and Kristen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, up next, the big rotten apple. New York City now sheltering more illegal immigrants than